Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day out there at your laptop or computer. My name's Jonathan Liao, and today we have a wonderful PNC agent, Jason Chan.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, so look, I've recently decided that I am going to rent out my home. And before I do that, I want to know, do I need landlord insurance?
Well, Jonathan, that's great to hear that you have decided to rent out your home. Investment properties are a great, lucrative supplemental income. With that being said, though, there's two perspectives to look at when you're talking about landlord insurance.
Okay.
The first perspective, if the property actually has a loan, then the lender themselves are actually going to want some sort of protection. They want to make sure that you continue to make your mortgage payments, because if you didn't have insurance, then paying the cost out of pocket to repair the home, as well as continuing to make your monthly mortgage payments, it's very tough to do. Not too many people can afford to do so. The second perspective would be if I were in a situation where my property didn't have a loan, the question would be, do I still need to get insurance? My answer to that is always going to be yes. The reason being, landlord insurance protects the landlord, right? They protect the landlord by paying for the property in case of a loss. Some of the major losses that occur on the property that is covered under a landlord policy is going to be fire, wind, hail, vandalism, and mischief, and as well as a liability and loss of use. Now, loss of use is also considered loss of rent.
Okay.
I'll clarify on that. Basically, if the property incurs some sort of loss that the insurance company is able to cover, during the repair process, if the house is uninhabitable by the tenant themselves, then you, as the landlord, aren't going to be able to collect rent during those few months. So the loss of rent will actually pay to reimburse that portion of it. Wow. So that way, the landlord themselves, they're getting a payout to fix the home, as well as getting a payment for the rental income. So you won't lose any of that supplemental income that we were talking about.
Got it. So as the landlord, I'm getting landlord's insurance. I've got all my ducks in a row. But then does the tenant need any insurance?
As a landlord, you should always require the tenant to carry insurance. The reason being, if the tenant was ever to be found liable for damages to the property, then the renter's policy will actually pay to the landlord to make repairs. Oh. So that is actually one of three coverages that are included in the policy. The second coverage would actually cover the property of the tenant. Okay. So a lot of times as a tenant, you're going to be bringing in belongings, right? That's going to be furniture, clothing, even appliances. If those things were to get stolen or damaged in a fire, your renter's policy will pay out for that. Okay. And then the last would be loss of use for the tenant. Now, earlier I was saying loss of use will pay loss of rent to the landlord, but what about the tenant? Well, the renter's insurance will kick in and pay the tenant to live at either another rental property or like a hotel.
That was a lot of good information, Jason. But just so that we can give our viewers a little bit of a takeaway, do you think you could summarize that one more time?
Of course. I will always recommend the landlord to purchase landlord insurance. You want to make sure that you have protection for your property, as well as the liability that I mentioned earlier. If you currently have coverage, I would suggest for you to talk to your local agent, make sure that everything is up to date and you have the adequate coverage that you need. You can also contact us at TransGlobal. We're more than happy because we're fully staffed with PNC agents that are just waiting for you to give us a call.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. And thanks again, Jason, for sharing all of your wonderful knowledge with us. Go ahead, stay safe, stay dry, stay merry.
My pleasure. Thank you.